Katie, thank you so much for joining us today. We really do appreciate it. Hope you're having a great and awesome day so far today.
I am. Thank you so much for the opportunity to chat with you today.
Of course, we're so excited because the Kent District Library's Write Michigan Short Story Contest is back for a 14th year. I mean, we're just glad that we're able to kind of help spread the word about it because it is such a great contest, great event that kicks off here in Grand Rapids and all across Kent County every single year. Going into its 14th year now. How excited are you guys to be bringing this back again?
We are so thrilled. We have been doing it, like you said, for 14 years. Of all the amazing things that Kent District Library offers to its patrons, this is probably in my top 5 things. It's just such a great opportunity we are giving to Michigan writers of all ages.
hmm Putting in the top five, I mean, that really does say something because KDL does an amazing job of putting on so many great events and opportunities for people all across the state to really just enjoy. But let's go back to the 14 years now for this contest. I mean, what is it specifically about this contest that one puts it in your top five personally, but then also makes the, Kent District Library want to keep bringing it back year after year?
Sure. Of course, at KDL, we love the written word. And we love the opportunity to give people the opportunity to share their stories, whatever those stories may be. So we have young children enter this contest, and we have adults and senior citizens enter this contest. We don't give people any parameters on what they write about. We just want them to share what their imagination breeds into their mind, into their soul, into their heart. We love reading people's stories. We know there's so many benefits from writing. So to give people that opportunity to share what's in their hearts and get feedback on their stories. A lot of times writers say we just don't have the opportunity to get feedback. So this contest offers that opportunity. We have a great panel of judges. And then of course it gives them the opportunity to win prizes, amazing cash prizes, and get published. So it's just a win-win for everybody.
hmm And of course, I think that is something that I really want to touch home with people, Katie, is the fact that people of all ages can join in and actually take part in this actual contest. Like you said, there aren't any parameters about what the story has to be about, but there are a few guidelines that you are kind of advising the people that are submitting these entries to sort of follow. If you wouldn't mind just kind of going over a few of those right now, just so people aren't maybe caught off guard by some of the things and just so they're aware of how to make sure they get the full potential out of their short story.
Absolutely. I would say the main guideline that people want to remember is that the stories need to be 3,000 words or less. So that's kind of the main thing. It's free to enter for those 17 and younger. There is a $10 submission fee for adults. However, if that submission fee is cost prohibitive for anyone, there is a place to request a scholarship on the website, writemichigan.org, because we want anybody who has a story to be able to enter. So those really are the main parameters. Like I said, the story can be about anything. We've had winners that are mysteries. We've had biography type stories. We've had silly, fun stories about animals that have won. It's just a wide range. All entries must be submitted online at our website, writemichigan.org, by November 15th.
Mhm. So again, still plenty of time for people to get those submissions planted in, and we're going to have more information for everybody on how to do that over on our website, woodtv.com as well. Katie, let's talk about after these stories are written and after they're submitted. Real quick, actually, before we get into that, I guess I should say, is the best way to submit these via online resources? I mean, what is really the best way to get them to you? Can people maybe bring them into the libraries and actually drop them off? We should want to make sure people are able to actually go ahead and get those submitted.
Sure. Yes. We just ask people, all people, because it's a statewide contest, we want to make it convenient for everyone. So all submissions are required to be submitted online at
Mhm.
the Write Michigan website, which is writemichigan.org.
All right, awesome. Thank you for doing that, Katie. And now let's get back to after those submissions are made and entered into the contest. What is sort of the judging process? Who are these judges? And really, what are they going to be looking for with these stories?
Sure. So it's quite a long process. So every entry that we get, and we usually get over 1,000 entries via our three categories, which are youth, teen, and adult. Each submission is read by two of our volunteer reviewers. These could be KDL staff. Sometimes it's retired professors, people who just love reading. So volunteers will read and review and leave feedback on all the stories. And that feedback will go to the writers if they requested to receive it. After that volunteer review stage, we have what's called our top 10. So we take the top 10 stories, the highest scores in each of our three categories. Again, they are youth, teen, and adult. And those top 10 go on to our panel of judges. These are writing experts, editors, published authors, writing professors. These are the people you want reading your story. So from there, they come up with three cash prize winners. We have the Judge's Choice winner. They receive $500, and that's the highest score among the judges. We also have a Judge's Choice runner up, and they receive $250. And then we have a Reader's Choice winner. So all the top 10 go up online at the Right Michigan website for a period of time for a public vote. And from that public vote, we determine our Reader's Choice winner, and they also receive $250. And the best prize of all is that all of our winning stories get published in a beautiful professional anthology produced by Chapbook Press over at Schuler Books. They are a wonderful partner for us. And those books are sold through Schuler's. They're also on our branch shelves throughout Kent County. So it really is an amazing opportunity to share your writing with the masses. As far as what the judges will be looking for, I encourage people to visit rightmichigan.org, and we have a rubric listed, and it will list everything that the judges will be scoring the stories on, and also the volunteer reviewers. So that should be very helpful. Again, that's on the rightmichigan.org website, and you can find the rubric and it will outline the judging criteria.
All right, great stuff. Well, and again, I want to remind everybody that we will also have links to that inside our story on woodtv.com as well, making it as easy as possible for everybody to, again, find all the information they do need. And Katie, I do want to thank you for going ahead and mentioning some of those cash prizes and different awards that people are up for with this actual contest, because I feel like that is also another reason why people might be interested in possibly signing up and creating a short story for this contest. And I want to shift now over, because this all really comes to a head later on. Again, you do have until November 15th to submit those, but all comes to a head next March with an award ceremony. And there's a very special guest who is going to be the keynote speaker for that. Katie, if you wouldn't mind maybe divulging a little bit more information on that.
Absolutely. Yes, we will celebrate all of our winners at an awards ceremony at our service center, KDL Service Center in Comstock Park. That will take place on a Saturday in March. It is such a fun event. I've attended many of them. It starts with a luncheon for all the winners and some of their special guests. Then we have a keynote speaker who will give an amazing talk. This year, it's children's book author Kenneth Craigle. He will be great. He's got a lot of wisdom and insights to share to young writers and writers of all ages. So he will speak, and then we offer, cake, fun festivities, and then there is a time where the newly published authors, can sign their books, and that's probably one of my favorite parts of the event, because you see kids sit there with a book and they're signing, and you can tell they just feel so proud. The parents are so proud of their child that they really have fulfilled their dream of being a published author. So it's just one of the highlights of my year.
Mm-hmm. And this is obviously a huge deal for so many young, old authors of all ages, really. This is their chance to, like you said, get published, at least get those creative juices flowing for a short story, and just bring everybody together for an awesome, awesome contest. But I guess really going into year 14 with this contest now, Katie, I mean, is there anything else or something that you always kind of look forward to or really hope that people, not only those who are maybe reading the stories or those who are actually putting in the stories and submitting them, really get out of this contest?
I think the thing I love about it is it gives people the opportunity to share their passion and to share their talent. We have just a host of talented writers throughout our beautiful state. And this is just a great opportunity for them to share their gifts. It never gets old. It never gets old to see the pride that they feel when they truly become a published author. We know that that's a goal for so many people, and it doesn't always happen for everyone. But the fact that we can open that door for so many people now in our 14th year, it's just so exciting.
Well, Katie, I got to ask though, because I know there's some people probably watching this right now that are like, ugh, I would love to, I would love to be a part of this contest. Maybe I've got a couple of ideas running around in my head right now, but I don't know how to start. I don't know the first thing about writing a short story. Any tips that maybe you'd like to offer somebody just to get the ball rolling and just make sure that they have everything that they possibly could have in order to actually compete and participate in this contest?
Yes. Well, first, I want to tell people to trust their own imagination. We know what people come up with is always incredible, but we do have some awesome opportunities for people who might be interested in submitting to the contest. We are offering two Right Michigan Days of Learning. One is on Saturday, September 20 at our Granville branch, and one is on Saturday, October 18 at our Amy Van Andel branch in Ada. And these opportunities will bring in expert speakers, expert authors to share their wisdom on different facets of writing. So, for instance, one of the sessions is 3 things editors want in an author. One of them is called Finding Your Voice. So I would encourage anyone who's considering entering, maybe go ahead and read some short stories. We've got a lot of short stories in our collection, so that might foster some ideas, but also attend one of these days of learning, or maybe even both. They are free events. All the information about the various sessions, and you can attend one session or all of them, can be found online at kdl.org/events. If you search for Right Michigan Days of Learning, all those programs will come up. And I think that would be a great place for people to start.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Katie, again, we so do appreciate the time. But before we let you go, got one last request for you, if you don't mind. I mean, for anybody that is still on the fence, even just submitting one of their short stories for this contest, I mean, what would you tell them just to maybe get them over the hump, get them to at least submit it and at least see what the contest is all about?
Sure. I would tell them that their story matters. We all have a story to share. Just sharing that story can be super, just empowering. Like, you have a gift that you can share with other people, and you never know what your story might do for someone else. So if you have that little seed growing inside of you, please share it with what could be the masses if you get chosen. But your story will be read by at least a couple of people, and I know it will bless them. So I would say just bet on yourself. There's not a high cost to this. It's free for most of our participants. And it's just a great opportunity. And I would tell people, you just never know. We've had a lot of winners say, I never thought I would win. And so I would tell people that they could be saying that in a few months.
All right, great stuff. Well, Katie, we so do appreciate it. We're so looking forward to yet another Right Michigan short story contest. So thank you so much for stopping by today, and we look forward to seeing the winners named later on next year.
Thank you so much, Phil.
Of course. And I want to thank Katie for the time there. Again, you still have some time to go ahead and submit your short stories for the contest. You have until November 15th to do so, and we've got more information for you right now over on woodtv.com.